ya doing? Happy Sunday. Oh my gosh, I am so glad to be here with you today. It's just, I feel tired, but don't tell anybody. Today I'm feeling tired for some reason. Anyway, welcome to Here to Bloom. This is episode number 26. And can you imagine? It's episode number 26. And so we are going to start with some singing. Whoops, that's not supposed to happen. We're going to start with some singing. And here we go. Here we go. This Day is a Blessing. Da, da, da. This day is a blessing. This day is a gift. This day is healing, and I look for the good in it. This day is a blessing. This day is a gift. This day is healing, and I look for the good in it. Oh, I look for the good in this blessing of the day. I focus my attention to the wonder of this blessed day. I am grateful and positive, inspired. I seize the day. Today is a blessing of a day. This day is a blessing. This day is a blessing. This day is a gift. This day is a gift. This day is healing, and I look for the good in it. This day is a blessing. Wouldn't you agree now? This day is a gift. This day is a gift. This day is healing, and I look for the good in it. Oh, I look for the good in this blessing of the day. I focus my attention to the wonder of this blessed day. I'm grateful, positive, inspired. I'll seize the day. Today is a blessing of the day. Well, I am grateful and positive, inspired. I seize the day, grateful, positive, inspired. Oh, I look for the good in this blessing of the day. I focus my attention to the wonder of this blessed day. I am grateful and positive, inspired. I'll seize the day. Today is a blessing of the day. Yesterday is a blessing of the day. Woo-hoo. Today is a blessing of a day. Yes, it is. It really is. Welcome, 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 everybody. Thank you so much for your presence here today. Hi, Anna Noreen and Diane and Dolphin. Thank you for being here. Woohoo! And those who I can't see your names, thank you for being here. I'm grateful. You are the reason that I keep going. And you know I tell you that every single week because it is true. And so I'm really grateful for your participation last week and for your likes and your shares. And speaking of shares, if you would hit that share button on your screen, just hit it and then share it to the world. Share it right now. That would be awesome. It would really mean the world to me. And please check out my website at www.deidrey.com, where you will find all kinds of great musical content and videos and all those kinds of things, and virtual performances. I do virtual performances, which is actually what's happening right now. And private parties. I do Zoom parties. I do corporate functions as well as a guest singer, or even doing musical keynotes. And so if you know of anyone that has an opportunity, that's just awesome. By the way, I do singing telegrams as well. I forgot to say that, which is called Sing At Me, where I just get to bring some absolutely fantabulous musical joy to other people. Yes, it works and it's beautiful and people love it. It just makes them feel special. And you tell me what you want me to tell them. And then I relay it back to them in this most fantastic way that makes them feel like $1,000,000. And so if you know of someone who I can bring some musical joy to in your life, please share me. And YouTube. On YouTube, we have, again, lots of great musical content. And you get to, if you hit that little, what's it called? The bell button, then it will notify as to when I'm live and when I've posted something new. So don't forget to hit that bell if you've already subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button too. That would be awesome. And please leave comments for me in the section below the video. I know you leave lots of great comments in the live section, but I would love it if you would also leave maybe one or two messages from me down there and let me know what you thought about the show, and also just ideas on what you think maybe I can talk about next time. That'd be awesome. And of course, we've got Facebook. And on Facebook, you find all kinds of great stuff too. Sometimes it's nonsense, but it's my nonsense, so which makes it excellent. And maybe I'll share a story or a little something. I don't know. Anyway, there's lots of great musical content on there as well, and let you in a little bit into my life, what I'm cooking, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it would be great. And I want to start with my intention statement. It is my intention to share my gift of song and poetry, my love and my passion. Let it be done without judgment. Let it be done in humility and grace. And let it be done in love and light. And please know that what I offer here are just tidbits that I've kind of learned along the way, my own reflections, my own little, readings, that kind of stuff that I've learned along the way. I'm not a philosopher. I'm not a priest or whatever, reverend or any of those things. It's just me as I am. So before we do our next song, I just want to tell you, because I'm super excited, Noreen, Noreen is going to be with us next week, October 4th. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I thought I brought down your book here, Noreen, but I didn't bring it down with me. Anyway, it's called Living in Joy. And so I cannot wait to share Noreen with you and her great message and her great energy for those who have experienced that Joy Jam session that we did. That was just so fabulous, that dance party. So I would love to present Noreen to you. So make sure you're here next week, October 4th. All right, let's keep on going. This one's called Show Me. I place my life in your hands. I place my trust in you. Yea, as I walk through the valley of shadows and fears, you are the light that guides me through. So show me what I need to heal. Oh, show me what I cannot see. I know you'll guide me on the road ahead. I am at peace, knowing God is always there with me. I place my life in your hands. I place my trust in you. Yea, as I walk through the valley of shadows and fears, you are the light that guides is always there with me. I am at peace. I am at peace, knowing God is always there with me. You know, I wanted to start today from a place of gratitude. And over the last few months, I have had to consciously choose to start each day with a simple thank you. This is a poem by Angelo Getter, and it's called Praise. Today I will praise. I will praise the sun for showering its light on this darkened vessel. I will praise its shine, praise the way it wraps my skin in ultraviolet ultimatums demanding to be seen. I will lift my hands in adoration of how something so bright could be so heavy. I will praise the ground that did not make feast of these bones. I will praise the casket that did not become a shelter for flesh. Praise the bullets that called in sick to work. Praise the trigger that went on vacation. Praise the chalk that did not outline a body today. Praise a body for still being a body and not a headstone. Praise the body for being a body and not a police report. Praise the body for being a body and not just a memory that no one wants to forget. I will praise the memories, praise the laughs and the smiles you thought had been evicted from your jawline. I will praise the eyes for seeing and still believing, for being blinded from faith, but never losing their vision. I praise the visions, praise the prophets, who don't profit from those visions. Praise the heart for housing this living room of emotions. Praise the trophy that is my name. Praise the gift that is my name. Praise the name that is my name, which no one can plagiarize or gentrify. I praise the praise, how the throat sounds like a choir. The harmony in your tongue lifts into a song of adoration. Praise yourself for being able to praise, for waking up when you had every reason not to wake up. This one is Karen Drucker's Gratitude. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I am so grateful. 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 Gratitude above me, gratitude behind me, to the left, gratitude to the left of me and to the right, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above, gratitude above me, below, gratitude below me, within, gratitude within me and all around, gratitude all around me. I am so grateful. 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 Let's do that again. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. Let's do it again. Above, gratitude above me, below, behind, gratitude behind me. To the left, gratitude to gratitude. Today I thought that today's title is Reflections, and I wanted to focus today on just some poetry, some stories, and some songs. And there isn't any particular order or underlying theme, I suppose, tying all of those things together, but just simply just some thoughts that I want to share with you. And the first one being just remembering to say thank you, especially now, you know? This next poem that I wrote, I wrote it on December 17th of 2012. I cannot tell you what I was going through at the time. But obviously I wasn't very happy. So here goes my poem. It's called I Cling to Hope. I cling to hope, a slippery slope, offering bumps and ridges, the occasional vine, only to discover that they too are part of the illusion hope promises. Empty promises void of truth or lie. A desert plain, just a void built upon a sand dune, shifting always with a moody terrain, an endless terrain boasting oases that will never reveal themselves. It's a lush anticipation to an unsatisfactory end, and the end held in time's frigid hands. And yet I cling, yet I yearn for the promised oasis of hope. And I pretend that my grip is firm, though in my heart I know that my muscles weaken as hope takes its toll. There was this lady that I saw at Walmart, I believe. I think it was Walmart. And this lady, she was just kind of sitting still, you know. Every day she sits there. Likely she's homeless, and she seems to be sort of slightly absent. You know, slightly absent. And I watch her interact with people, some pretending that she is invisible, as if she were just this mere stain on the pavement, and some walk as far as they can, making this wide, obvious circle to avoid her, as if the mere sight of her could poison them somehow. You know, I wonder, how did we create such a world, you know? How did we create such a world where there is so much pain in it at times? And then I'm reminded of something that I read, and I can't remember exactly where it was in Conversations with God. And so I'm going to paraphrase. And it says, if we do not know the opposite of love, how can we know love? Now I've added to that. And so what I've added to it is, if we do not know dejection and abandonment, how can we know that we are cared for? If we do not know the darkness within ourselves, how can we ever recognize the light within ourselves and in each other? Nothing exists without its contrast. Nothing exists without its opposite. And we know that because every time we go to bed, the sun is down, and every time we rise, the sun is up. There's day and there's night. There's light and there's dark. There's sweet and bitter. There's wet and dry. There's satisfied or hungry. There's lies and there's truth. There's life and there's death. The universe, I think, was designed to give meaning to every sensation and every experience. And without the opposing thought or the opposing idea, we have no basis from which to accept anything as being or feeling or existing, right? We have no basis from which to say, well, I've tasted this and therefore I know this is sweet and therefore this is not, you know? And I love how in Conversations with God, they say that, you know, all would cease to exist. What we know would cease to exist if we didn't have some other reference point. It is what allows us to hope. It is what allows this woman to sit and wait, because even though she has experienced those who would step over her or walk in wide avoidant circles around her, or turn their faces in disgust or disappointment or in shame. She knows that there will be another who, by the definition of how the universe was created, where darkness is always followed by light, and abuse is always followed by kindness, and silence is always followed by conversation, someone will come and show goodness. Someone will come and show caring and light and mercy and love. And she holds on to hope, even though I sometimes have viewed hope as a slippery slope. And even though many of us sometimes view hope as a slippery slope, this woman still holds on to hope. This is one of mine. Natalia played on this one. It's called Hope. We live in a world where more weight is placed on money than on kindness, where the righteous man is silent and the lonely cry in stifled, unheard screams, where tears fall in raindrops as we pull ourselves together, and we wonder, where is God in all of this? And then there's sunrise and the miracle of birth, the touch of sacred love in a friend who knows your worth. In every dark place, there is a doorway filled with light. In the silence of a prayer, there is hope in life. Come, surrender within, and let peace replace the worries of your heart. Let your faith renew tomorrow. Don't let sadness isolate you from those you love. Take those burdens you have carried, lay them down and take your refuge. Take a look and see that God's in everything. Oh, 'cause there is sunrise and the miracle of birth, the touch of sacred love in a friend who knows your worth. In every dark place, there is a doorway filled with light. In the silence of a prayer, there is hope. In the spring, the morning dew, in the smile of a stranger, in the love I feel for you, in the snow, a melody in my soul. Hope is here, love is here. Ooh. Hope is here. There is sunrise and the miracle of birth, the touch of sacred love in a friend who knows your worth. in life. In the silence of a prayer, in the touch of a stranger, there is hope. I must admit, Hope and I have had an on-again, off-again relationship, as I'm sure most of us can admit to. You know, I wonder if this young woman could maintain her hope in life and in people all the time. There's this wonderful excerpt, I suppose, from Omar Khayyam. I hope I'm saying his name right. And it says, I sent my soul into the invisible. I sent my soul into the invisible. Some letter of that afterlife to spell. And by my soul returned to me and answered, I myself am heaven and hell. There's another poem that I wrote in 2012. It's called Into the Darkness. Into the darkness I descend, a heavy mist upon my world. Like summer trees heavy with its bounty of seeds planted yesterday, seeds laden with promise, hopeful for the sun to reveal and birth the life it carries. But this darkness of mine exposes. It's an unwelcomed glimpse into my imperfect, lifeless seed. And I am left to question my purpose, my own fruit. Is it inedible? Is it unpalatable? Shrouded in the cloudy mist of all of my fears, so thick and so very heavy it suffocates the light, the source, the bearer of wholesome, life-sustaining fruit. And in the midst of that blinding fog, my soul searches. It's a sort of a stumbling act through thick and thorns and all of the bounty of my past, my seeded past. But wait, there is a clearing up ahead. Is this a momentary disillusion of all of my negativity? A bit of hope for a long-lost fool? Could this be a second chance? A field of fertile ground awaiting the new seeds that I will sow? And as I draw nearer the light, I struggle to maintain my own light as my own doubt creeps in and creates a veil. But my heart quickens, my mind and my soul cry out, wait, wait, as my pace quickens. This one is called, There is Good in This. I give thanks even though I cannot see the good. I give thanks even though I cannot see the good in this situation. I know it's happening for me. There is good in this for me. I know when I trust in life and the flow. There is good in this for sure. And I give thanks. I give thanks, even though I cannot see the good in this situation. I know it's happening for me. There's a gift in this for me. I know when I trust in life and the flow. There is good in this for sure. And I give thanks. I give thanks, even though I cannot see. Even though I cannot see the good in this situation. I know it's happening for me. There's a gift in this for me. I know when I trust in life and the flow. There is good in this for sure. And I give thanks. I give thanks. Even though I cannot see the good in this situation. I know it's happening for me. There's a gift in this for me. I know when I trust in life and the flow. There is good in this for sure. And I so many times we will be faced with challenges. There is good in whatever situation we're facing. We just have to remember that. There is good in this. And the flow. And we can hang on to that hope and that belief in ourselves. Here we go. I give thanks. I give thanks. I give thanks. I give thanks for everything. I give thanks. I give thanks. Oh yes, I give thanks. I give thanks for everything. I give thanks for everything. I give thanks. I give thanks. I do give thanks. And I give thanks for the lesson of this young man. And I was watching this video, I think it was Facebook, might have been, that I was watching this, yes. And this young man really inspires me. Here he is, he's confined to a wheelchair, and yet he finds the most innovative ways to create joy in his life, you know? And one of the things that he mentioned is that summer is far too hot, you know, for him. It's perfect. Summer's beautiful and wonderful, but it's just too much. It's just too hot for his skin. But fall is ideal. Fall is ideal, especially for a day like yesterday when it was 20-something degrees. And it's just the perfect kind of weather to go swimming, right? His skin's not going to sizzle and he can go swimming. So that's what he decided to do. And he went swimming. But he is wheelchair bound. And it is difficult to get from the pavement where you can wheel yourself around easily, even though there is an accessibility pathway. It still is not easy to go from that pathway directly to the water. You got to get from the water, from the pavement, right, to the water. But in between is this thick, constantly shifting and moving sand, right? Between him and his desire to get into the water. So how does he get there? You know, what I love most about this young man is that he understands that he is responsible for creating that moment of happiness, right? Or to hold on to that wheelchair. So he can either decide, okay, I'm going to stay here. And, you know, just in, what's that gentleman's name? Again, Mr. I'm going to go find it. Mr. Omar, when he says, you know, I myself am heaven or hell, right? So he could choose. He could choose to stay in his wheelchair and not allow himself to experience that little bit of heaven. But he didn't, right? We create heaven in our lives and we create sadness and we create suffering. And it's really annoying to hear that, to be honest, that we're creating our own suffering. We can choose just as he chose, right? We can choose heaven in that moment. And with the help of someone on the beach, he creatively made it into the water. Are you aware? Are you aware that you are the one creating your own heaven and your own hell? That is a hard question and not an easy one to answer, I have to admit. So which one are you choosing today or in every moment? Where do you focus your attention? How do you keep your eye on the prize? Is there some reward or loving intention? 'Cause it ain't your fear that makes you wise. No, it ain't your fear that makes you wise. So let go of your anger, let go of your doubt, intimidation. Go on, get out. Let go of your problems, worries, and your fears. 'Cause all that you want is yours right here. So what do you need for motivation? You got a big problem, can't make up your mind. Have you considered where you focus your attention. Be sure to keep your eye on the prize. There's always a grand reward with your loving intention. 'Cause in God's eyes, you are wise. I said in God's eyes, you are wise. Yes, let go of your anger. Let go of your doubt. Intimidation, come on and get out. And let go of your problems, worries, and your fears. All that you want is yours right here. I said let go of your anger. Let go of your doubt, intimidation. Come on now, I said, come on, get out. I let go of your problems, worries, and your fears. All that you want is yours right here. I said all that you want is yours right here. I said all that you want is yours right here. All that we want is right here. Oh my goodness. That is so true. That is so true. I have a story. All that we want is right here. Interesting. Well, there's a story. There's this woman, virtually confined, almost every day, confined to a bed for months. She couldn't drive, she couldn't dance, or do most of the things that she enjoyed. And there are instances where she was unable to stand. Other moments where she couldn't even sit up. And stress had ravaged her body and created this one that she no longer recognized. And she couldn't understand why it was this one she was given at that moment, and why it worked against her, and she did not want to accept it. And she was desperate to be able to live well again, desperate to be able to feel again and to be able to move again. And in those moments, the truth is, it is really, really easy to say, why me? Why? You know, life was okay. Why me? Why now? Why here? It's not fair. It can't be. And we go into denial, we grieve, we cry. Or like that young man, we can choose to find heaven in the midst of the hell. And knowing that at every moment, we are held in the safety of the divine. Knowing that at every moment, it is actually working for our benefit. Even for that young man finding ways, to create his own heaven. He's confined to a wheelchair, and he still manages to create heaven in his life, When we face those kinds of challenges, why aren't we choosing to create that heaven? I get that there are periods where we have to mourn. I absolutely agree that we have to grieve and we have to mourn, and we have to first come to terms with, okay, this actually may not be what we wanted for ourselves. No, I don't want to be walking with a cane. No, I didn't ask for this challenging, illness. No, I didn't ask for, whatever circumstance. I didn't ask for any of those things, but I do have the choice at any given moment to create heaven in my own life. And I think that life is really just demanding that we deliberately choose those moments of finding heaven in the hell. It demands that we challenge our previously held beliefs and grab sort of tightly onto faith, because everything and everyone is working for us, even when it doesn't seem like it. No matter how it appears, no matter no matter how opposite it seems. Everything is working for our benefit. Now, that's not an easy concept to always understand, especially when we are in the thick of our hell. It is not an easy concept to understand. But if we choose to constantly shift our thinking to that, I think that even in the midst of the darkest places, we can choose heaven. We really can. And we can choose to believe that, you know what, this too shall pass. This actually is a stepping stone for something even greater in my life. And, you know, I can certainly attest to that, because this whole global crisis left me jobless, left me absolutely frightened. Because as you can still see, and I mean, all around us, in some places, it's like people are still kind of going on with their lives and everything. But in some places, it doesn't seem like there's any end to the madness, you know? But once I decided to sort of look for heaven in in my version of hell, I realized indeed that the universe was conspiring with me, and that so today, as a result of that deep understanding, I am where I am right now, and so much so that this morning I was able to sing at a church in Minnesota. And again, is it Minnesota? I forgot already. Good Lord. Anyway, I was able to sing somewhere else. Let's just put it that way. And then again this afternoon, I will be at a church in California. This would not have happened had this crisis not happened, because at that point, I didn't have room in my life for it. But because of all of this craziness that's going on, all the madness, actually, I realized, this madness is actually creating wonderful opportunities for me. Everything actually is working for me and not against me. Everything and everyone is working for me, not against me, for the greater good of everyone. Everything and everyone is working for me, not against me, for the greater good of everyone. There is nothing that I need to fear. Spirits in control everywhere. No need for doubt and worry. The universe is always supporting me. Everything and everyone is working for me, not against me, for the greater good of everyone. Everything and everyone is working for me, not against me, for the greater good of everyone. There is nothing that I need to know. I am peace and I'm in the flow. No need to feel misunderstood. The universe is working for my highest good. Everything and everyone is working for me, not against me, for the greater good of everyone. Everything and everyone is working for me and not against me, for the greater good of everyone. Everything and everyone is working for me, not against me, for the greater good of everyone. I think this was something that I had to tell myself, and I wish that I did when I was in that thought process that created this poem. The title of this poem is, "It is an Unfortunate Thing to Love." It is an unfortunate thing to love, for love is not lovable. A burden of a life cast upon this world as a means to an end, and an end of hope an arrow to kill a dream, a whirlwind to uproot any desire, any inclination towards happiness. I am the bringer of woe, and pain is all I offer. It is an unfortunate thing to love, for love is unlovable. And I turn to strangers, I turn to lovers, drag bliss into the mud of resentment, disaffection, and ungrounded intimacy. As alluring as I may be upon first glance, I am not for you. I am not fit for anyone, untouchable. I murder the prospect of happiness. It is an unfortunate thing to love, for isn't love the anti-Midas? The horned Cupid with arrows to deflate any of the most promising stories? Everything I touch withers and dies, and I am left to die of loneliness. For you to reach your life's fulfillment? Am I left to die of heartache for your dream of a good life to manifest? So is it really an unfortunate thing to love? Or is it an unfortunate thing to equate love to all of the above? I'll say that again. Is it really an unfortunate thing to love, or is it an unfortunate thing to equate love to all of the above? For isn't love meant to be patient and kind and good and faithful and gentle without the expectation of reciprocation? Isn't love immaterial, not held by time or conditions? Isn't love wholesome and not a feeling of the heart, but an ever-present gift the willing heart can feel? It is an unfortunate thing to love if all one thinks of love is the smallest of all of the above. So do you think that it is an unfortunate thing to love? I certainly did. This one's called Where Fools Congregate. Hi, Edie. Hi, Maureen. Oh, so glad you're here with me. Trusting? Am I a fool for hoping? Am I a fool for believing in love with no love, just a place where fools congregate? Am I a fool for praying? Oh, I'm sick and tired of the blaming and aching. I must be a fool for believing in a love with no love, just a place where fools congregate. The years of my life go by. Ooh, I'm a fool. fool, a sad, lonely fool. Well, I'll lay my heart on the line. Watch the years of my life go by. Ooh, I'm a fool, a desperate fool, in a love with no love, just a place where fools congregate. I'm in love with no love, just a place where fools congregate. You know, sometimes we can take the heartbreak in our lives and we can turn them into our laws that we live by. Principles that by which we must somehow live. I think heartbreak allows us to recognize what we deserve and what we definitely don't want in our lives. And setting a course for the things that we do want in our lives. And I think it reminds us that love must first exist within ourselves, rather than the expectation of it always being from the outside. And in the poem that I wrote, it did say that love is not an expectation of reciprocation. Love does not come with the expectation of reciprocation. It is an unfortunate thing to love if all we ever think of love is the smallness that we give it. I wanted to end with this beautiful Karen Drucker song, and it's called There Is Only Love. In order for us to know love, I think we have to know it first within ourselves. And if we want to know what that love is to look like, we can go to 1 Corinthians chapter 13, 4-8. And it says, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. And love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. This song is called There Is Only Love. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when I feel I've lost There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals. Love that sets us free. There is only love. I truly hope that you got something out of all of that this week. Just some thoughts that have been kind of on my heart, wanting to share them. I hope you enjoyed the poetry that I shared with you, and my music, and as well as the music of these other wonderful artists. I hope that it brought some kind of comfort, meaning, healing, whatever, however this message was meant to be received. I just hope that it touched your heart in some way. I just want to thank you so much for your presence here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to be here. Hi, Tina. Thank you so much for those of you who continue to donate and to give tips. And please remember that I really appreciate that. And remember that your presence is just such a huge gift for me. And if this episode touched you in any way, please, I invite you to share it and, invite someone to the show. And I would also like to invite you next Sunday, because Noreen and I will be speaking, and Noreen will be sharing on her book, Living in Joy. And I would just encourage you to be here, and it will be a wonderful, wonderful week. So, and a wonderful show. So if you could be here next Sunday, October the 4th. And lastly, I want to leave you with, see you next Sunday. That's at 1:30. And lastly, I want to leave you with a happy song in your heart, a pep in your step. I thank you for your listening ears, your loving hearts, and your light-filled presence. Stay safe, stay healthy, and please know that you are greatly and deeply loved. Here we go. I am spirit-filled, renewed, and rebuilt. I've got a song in my heart. With joy I dance my part. I am on cloud nine, one with the divine. I've got a smile on my face, and I'm ready to face the world. Come on now. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Oh yes, here I come. I am harmonized, upgraded, and revised. I've got joy in my heart. With joy I dance my part. Whoops! I am on cloud nine, one with the divine. Gratitude and grace. And I'm telling you, I'm ready to face the world. Here I come. Oh yes, here I come. Come on, everybody. Here I come. Oh yes, here I come. And if you're ready, say I'm ready. Come on now. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Here I come. I'm ready. I'm ready. Hello world. Here I come. I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on now. I'm ready. Here I come. I'm ready. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Here I come. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Hey, I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on, we're just gonna dance off now. I'm ready. 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 Woo-hoo. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Thank you, everybody. My name is Deidrey Francois. Thank you so much. Mwah.